I'm just here for the beer. I'm just here for the beer.
You are listening to Just Here for the Beer radio, justhereforthebeer.com. The website, you can watch and follow along the proceedings of the Just Here for the Beer radio show, Canada's only dedicated beer show. Just go to am650radio.com. It's Joe and Rick, and of course the roundtable, which was a rousing success, and one of the feature players on the roundtable. We were talking about the craft beer industry. Mr. Ralph Janikis, who is the manager of Vitti Wine and Lager. It is that specialty store at the corner of Seymour and Smythe in the Moda Hotel. And boy, if you like everything from unique beers to one-offs, all price structures, you can spend some dollars on some of these specialty beers from around the world. Vitti's got them. Ralph, welcome back.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Nice to see you again.
Yes, absolutely. Now, I know that part of your mission is to try and stock the shelves with these great beers that heretofore have maybe not seen shelf space in Vancouver. And you've done some traveling recently, even to sort of help the cause along. Tell us about that.
Exactly, yeah. I was fortunate enough to actually make some visits to some breweries in Ontario and in Quebec. And one of my last stops was at McCausland Brewing in Montreal, a great iconic brewery that was started in 1988 by Peter McCausland and his wife, Ellen Boonsall, who is by profession a microbiologist and who also happens to be McCausland's brewmaster.
Wow.
And so a multi-award-winning brewery headed by a woman, her recipes, her palate, bringing great product to the Canadian market.
So from microbiology to microbrew.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And actually, McCausland Brewing in Montreal was one of the first, if not the first, microbrewery to actually put their craft beer in bottle back in 1989.
And, of course, you had the opportunity to tour around.
Absolutely. No, it was great. And I had the opportunity to shoot a video with Peter McCausland, who's a giant of a man, a very gentle and gregarious man, a man of great generosity. And he was very kind to show me around. I shot a 16-minute video, which will be available to view on Just Here for the Beer. And we have a little audio segment because for Peter and his wife, community is very important. And here's Peter talking a little bit about giving back to the community.
There's about 2 million people go by this site every summer on bike, rollerblades, running, and so on and so forth. And obviously, we try to gather a few of them in here to have a beer and a barbecued sausage or hamburger or whatever. This site is also used for a lot of musical entertainment festivals, film festivals, and so on and so forth. We think it's very important to create a link between the community and the brewery. This is kind of, in a lot of ways, our public face. This is the way we like to speak to our consumers. And we like to do a lot of charity activity here to raise money for many, many different sorts of things. We have the Two Abreast rowing team in the dragon boats. They work out just beyond this set of locks here, and they come here frequently and raise money for breast cancer research and other particular things. So this is a way that we have people taste our beer, get to know who we are, and we can sort of do something of value for the community. We think that's very, very important.
Now, as you said, Ralph, they're iconic. So they're a well-established brand back east. How far does their market extend?
They are pretty much across Canada right now. They may not be in every market, but they are in most markets in Canada. Right. And they also started back in, I think, the 1990s, working with a champagne importer, or exporter, I should say, and they actually helped to bring those beers into some of the markets in France.
Couple of key flavors that we've got in front of us, Richard.
I know. I'm just loving it. Ralph was generous enough to pour us a sample here with the Great Sambois pumpkin ale, and oh my goodness.
Now, this is a beer that at the Canadian Brewing Awards this year, McCausland Brewing, St. Ambroise, they once again won a number of awards. They took away 4 medals, including a gold for their pumpkin ale. So at the Canadian Brewing Awards this year, pumpkin ale, gold medal.
It's funny. I've tried their, is it called Framboise, the raspberry flavored?
Yeah, this is the Framboise. This is a raspberry ale. What's wonderful about these is they get full flavor extraction without raising the alcohol level. Both these beers are 5%.
Well, I was going to say that there is a bit of a color profile there. You can see a bit of the red. You can see, obviously, the gold in the pumpkin. But what I like about them is that it's awfully easy whenever a flavor, a certain specific flavor comes into a product. It's very easy for that flavor to dominate. I don't get the domination here. I get more than a hint, but I get a really nice little introduction to the
It's
flavor.
all about that subtlety, the balance.
Yeah, I have a bit of beware with pumpkin. I don't dislike pumpkin pie, but it's got to be loaded with whipped cream to kind of disguise the pumpkin. So I was a little leery, pardon the pun, of trying a pumpkin-flavored beer, but I could definitely handle this.
Well, absolutely. And as I've always said, you can have the best technology in the world at a brewery. You can have the best marketing machinery. If your brewmaster doesn't have a palate, it doesn't matter what you're putting into that beer. Luckily, Ellen Bunsall and the team at McCausland have some wonderful palates. They've had many decades to get it right, and they are just knocking it out of the park for me time and time again.
And of course, this is readily available at Viti, but I think you were mentioning earlier that you're having a problem keeping it on the shelves. Is that-
Absolutely, and this is the pumpkin. I should just point that out to our viewing audience. This is a wonderful product. It just landed in the store on Wednesday afternoon, and it is a very, very limited production, and already it's just running out the store like crazy.
Available in 4-packs?
It's available in 4-packs, yeah.
And what's the price structure of?
I think the price is sitting at around $13 for the 4.
Right. And so far, the response to McCausland in general has been very good, you were saying.
It's been very positive. As a matter of fact, their Griffin Pale Ale, which is one of their year-round beers, is my hockey beer, as I like to call it. That is the beer that I go to because it's just full-on flavor, and you can drink a few of those during a game without having to, worry about how you're going to feel the next day.
I may have discovered a new favorite beer.
Oh, look at you.
I'm really, really enjoying this. I think I've had a taste of it before, but it just
The
seems to
thing
work.
I'm liking about both of them is the nose on them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously with the pumpkin, hints of the pumpkin, but it's that spicy note that comes out in it, right? And then with the framboise, I love the raspberry flavors there, but with that hint of tartness, and it's just beautiful.
Absolutely, and what I love about the pumpkin is that there isn't an overemphasis on the cinnamon, and that is a killer for me. For so many pumpkin beers out on the market, they just overdo it with the cinnamon. Here, you've got a balance of flavors, like you said, and again, you don't have that high alcohol. You can have a few of these without worrying about it.
And again, I guess if you want to learn more about the story behind McCausland, you can go to our website, am650radio.com. Just here for the beer.com, where the video will be uploaded, and you can see. I guess you've got a nice guided tour of their facility.
Absolutely, and it was actually more than I was hoping for, and just goes to show. I mean, Peter was just a great guy. He gave me a little bit of his extra time. They had just the night before been at the Canadian Brewing Awards, winning all these medals, and in point of fact, this brewery has won so many dozens of medals internationally and nationally over the decades. It's actually hard to count.
If we were giving out Just Here for the Beer Radio Awards right now, I'm going gold. I'm going gold.
We just might have to do that one day, Joe.
We should do that. Ralph, a pleasure as always, and needless to say, McCausland is your Brewer of the Month.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
I'm just here for the beer.